Well, hello my friend and welcome to my channel. Miss Janet from MJ Lacquer asked me about me doing another how I take care of my nail maintenance kind of video. I do these, I don't know, I guess I average about once a year. Things have not changed much since my other videos, but I thought I would go ahead and redo this. I do have naked nails. I have a polygel nail on this nail because it's broke and can't be having that. And but when I wear any kind of patch, I like to have them shorter. So I am going to file all of these back and I'm going to take you through my steps. I'm probably just going to show like one fingernail for each step because this could end up being a really long video. So I do start off with my Revlon Shape and Buff nail file. It's got a rough side, a smoother side, and then it goes through steps: even out, smooth, buff, and then shine. I don't really use the shine or the buff really, but I do use the other sides. I also use my GERmanikure glass nail file, as well as a lot of times I use my GERmanikure cuticle tool, and it's got a little pointy end on it. It's like a file, and then it's got your cuticle pusher end that's also rough file. I also use in my process a cuticle pusher. I like this one that's bent. I like the way it works. And then I also use my curette, and I've been asked a lot of times about this little tool, and I think you can get them at Sally's. I probably bought mine off of eBay a gazillion years ago, but I use that a lot too. These two do the same jobs, and well, these kind of do the same sort of things. It just depends on how bad that cuticle area is, and mine are pretty gnarly. I left everything for real for y'all, all crusty and gunky. I also use the Blue Cross cuticle remover, and I have put mine in an old Speak bottle because I like brushing it on. Plus my big bottle is huge thing, and I've had it for years and years, but I like being able to just brush it on. But I'm going to start off with the filing part. Like I said, I'm going to probably voice over the rest of this video. I want to thank Miss Janet for asking me to do this video, and I will voice over the rest of it so I can speed it up and chop it up and make it not be like an hour long. But I will tell you, it probably will take me about an hour to do it from start to finish on both hands. So I will show y'all on one nail for every step. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, well, as I do this filing, I already know somebody's going to jump out there and be like, you're not supposed to do it back and forth. This is how I do it. I wish I would have trained myself to go one direction, but that didn't happen, and this is how I do it. And since I'm going ahead and saying that, I want to throw out there also that you do what works for you. I am not a nail care professional. I am a just at-home DIYer, and this is how I do mine. Y'all wanted to see it? Well, Miss Janet wanted to see it. And I'm not going to do it another way and fake out here on my channel and do it any other way than how I really do it in my real life. I have 2 licensed nail tech friends, 2 of them, that said you can file them that way, back and forth. We call it sawing. I saw my nails when I file them, and especially if you're using a really fine grade glass file, which right here I am. Now earlier I wasn't, but that's not a heavy grit that I was using sawing back and forth. I'm not trying to be defensive or ugly or nothing. It comes up every time I do this video, and I just wanted to go ahead and let y'all know I know the right way and how it really should be done, but when I'm taking back length, I ain't got time for all that one way, one direction. So I have filed them down with both of my files, and I'm going to go in with my GERmanikure tool and clean up around the edges, get some of that grown out cuticle area. It amazes me how much stuff is grown and attached to your nail when you go to clean it up. Now that I've done that, I'm going to put some of the Blue Cross cuticle remover on it and go in with my cuticle tool and push the cuticle back. Now this has been sped up so it looks like I'm going way faster and pushing way harder than I am. But I also turn my nail around and do down the nail towards the paper towel, and that helps get off a little bit of the staining. And now I'm going to go in with my curette tool and do my fine-tune cleaning up around that cuticle area and make sure I'm getting all of that excess gunk off of my nail. Alrighty, I am back and I am all filed up. I've still got like those little tabs in some spots. You know, just run my nail across it like that. Okay, so I do use cuticle nippers occasionally. Now, I don't get up here around this area with them, but I do go for those little hard bits on the sides, you know, just little bitty bits like that. Now, I went a little crazy, and you got to be careful with these things, because I did nip myself right there. So, that is that. So, I do always do some sort of good hand cream at night before I go to bed. I'm not remembering to do it as often as I should. Here lately, I have been using the Miracle Hand Repair. I got this at like Bed Bath & Beyond. Bought them. They were all marked down, so I bought a bunch of them. Another favorite is this Palmer's Cocoa Butter, and this is for just rough, dry skin, and I love the smell of this one. It's just a nice, beautiful little cream in there, and I love that one. I really do. And then another one I've been using here lately, and this one was a little harder to find. Like the other two, I think are pretty easy, but this is from Arbonne, and it's apricot vanilla, and it's like a fluffy, almost like a body butter or something. And so sometimes I use that one. This is my all-time favorite. This is the Watkins Shea Butter Hand Cream. This stuff is, you can tell, I've squeezed these tubes to death. But in conjunction with this, I use it with Aquaphor. And I just get this at Walmart. So my bottles are empty. So what I'm going to do is I've got an empty little container that I've washed out. I'm going to cut the ends off of these. First, I'm going to get the stuff away from the ends. But I'm going to scrape every bit of it out that I can get, because y'all, I'm like that. But when I get down to this part of both of these, I just mix them together in a container and use them as my nighttime, you know, fix. So I'm just going to get my little butter knife, and I'm just going to scrape anything out of this that I can get, because, you know, not like I wouldn't use this. Come on, it's, you know, it's good stuff. And that, look, that's quite a bit left in there. I mean, that would have been many, many, many nights of cutting my hands down. So get down in there. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same with the J.R. Watkins. And I probably won't show you me doing both of these. Just struggle bust through one of them. But I just cut the ends off. Get them open up. And then, see, there's so much down in there. And some people might not be willing to do this, but I am. Working it. So there we go. Alright, so I'm going to get the other one and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've got all of that in there, and I'm just going to kind of smush it down in there and stir it together. Just making my own little concoction here. But normally when I have new bottles, I just do a squirt of the Aquaphor and a squirt of the Burt's Bees. J.R. Watkins. And then, you know, I'm good to go. I just rub them in together. But since I'm down to this, I like to get all of that goodness out of both of those containers. And just put it in a little jar and dip my finger in it and get some. Now, I don't want to show you that part just yet, because I always try to remember my cuticle oil. You can use any kind of cuticle oil. You can use olive oil, you know, all kinds of stinking oils out there. Sister Chic made my favorite one, and she is no longer in business, so I can't get that one. I was having trouble getting that open, y'all. So I don't have that anymore to use. I think I might have one backup left somewhere, but I wanted to show something that's available. And this California Mango comes from Sally's Beauty Supply. So you just do that, rub it in, and I would do this before I went to bed. Rub this in. I don't put it on my enhancements. Now, if I wore like a full hand of enhancements, I would, but I don't want that thing to, you know, be degraded or anything, really. So, I do the mango on both nails. Both hands. Oh, girl. And that is pretty much it. If I was smart, I would try to put some sort of lotion or balm or something on my hands in between, you know, each hand washing and everything. But, you know, the way I work, and as many times as I'm washing my hands, I just can't do that. So, get that oil all rubbed in, and then I just get me a little dab, a little squidge, and rub it in. And this does start off rather thick, but it soaks in really well. And that is really all I do for my nail care maintenance. There have been times I do vitamins, you know, the biotin or the healthy hair, hands, and nails. But I'll be honest, I have not been remembering that here lately. I have not been a good girl this year at all. And to be honest, my nails and my skin show that. So that is what I use, what I do. I do the cleanup and the file and all that once a week, or whenever I do my nails. And then, like the lotion and the oil, I try to remember to do that at least every night before I go to bed. And I have had some of those little white cotton gloves from Sally's that, you know, I would put this on rather thick and then just put my little cotton gloves on. Of course, they're just like socks. In the morning you find them, you know, flung off and on the floor. So they don't stay on long, but they keep me from getting my sheets messy. So that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me some of the products you use, your ride or dies, as far as your nail care, you know, and that sort of thing goes. I'm going to wipe the inside of my palms. I'm going to leave the goodness on the other side. But my other ride or die and healthy nail type thing that I do is my base coat. It's not just a base coat, it's a nail treatment. I use Nailtiques formula too. This is my ride or die. If I try to change and use any other base coat, I have issues. But everybody's nails are different. Your chemistry is different. So what may work for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. Years ago, Rejuvicoat was my base coat. It worked wonderful for about 5 years, and then it just, something changed, and I started getting peelies and crackies and all kinds of broke nails and stuff. But there you go. That's what we have today. We have cleaned up nails that are ready for new manicures. So, like I said, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your products are, what you do, things that you've learned over the years that work for you. Because I love to hear about those things, because one day they might work for me too. So that is it for me today. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, be good to yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.